It is a symbol of freedom, a beast of raw power, waiting to be unleashed to anyone who can tame it. Motorcycles have become a way of life for millions and a symbol of deeply held values. They all share a common passion, the love of the open road.
Hi, welcome to American Spirit. Man, we're doing something a little different today. American Spirit's on the road, Denver, Colorado. We're filming and featuring Freedom Service Dogs. Awesome organization. Bikers know about them. We got big hearts. We get out there, we work with our veterans. We do what we can to be a blessing to them and to impact their families and let them know how important they are to us. So does Freedom Service Dogs rescue trained dogs to be delivered to our veterans as service dogs, as well as other people that need these wonderful dogs and need this service. So kick back, don't go surfing away. That fun is gonna happen now. This show's gonna rock.
Freedom Service Dogs is a nonprofit that rescues dogs from animal shelters, and then we custom train them to help people with disabilities.
Another thing that makes Freedom Service Dogs unique is the fact that we use almost exclusively positive reinforcement training methods. What this means is that we are asking the dogs to do tasks and commands that may fall outside of what they are normally asked to do in, say, your pet's day-to-day life. And it's important to us that we are rewarding our dogs for good behavior and not punishing them for bad behavior.
We actually can train the dogs to go in the house first, clear every room, turn on all the lights, and then come back out, and to them that signifies everything's okay. So what that helps do is it enables that person to get back out and live normally. Sometimes they're playing their whole day around when the sun sets because they don't want to be in their house after dark. The dog gives them that independence back.
A lot of times people say, well, my dog jumps up on me and I don't know what to do. Well, the first thing you want to do is turn your back and ignore them. No one likes to be ignored, and dogs don't do anything unless they get rewarded. Once you take that reward away, which is your attention, even if it was negative, then it's no longer interesting and there's no reason to jump on you. So just turn your back. If that doesn't work, you can also have your dog do one of those basic commands when they start running towards you. Ask them to sit, ask him to down, and remember to always have treats with you.
Now I know what you're thinking. Tim, what are you, crazy, man? Where's the motorcycles? Where's all the motorcycles at? We're digging Freedom Service Dogs, but we don't see any motorcycles in your show. Well, you're probably going to see them now and then. And why am I here? Why is the American Spirit Motorcycle Series here? Because there is a tremendous bond between veterans. 9 out of 10 veterans that ride motorcycles in the United States, they either have served, are serving, they're veterans, or someone in their family has served. The veteran community, the motorcycle community, dogs, it's all in one big package. Man, when I'm out on the road and we're traveling, we're filming, bikers got their dogs there, man. They either got their service dogs or they got their dog all decked out with a do-rag, a cap rag, by the way. They've got the hat on the dog, they got goggles, the dog's riding the bike. Bikers love their animals. So we see, I've been a rider all my life, and I'm no spring chicken kid. I've been doing this for a while. These dogs are a big part of the veteran community, the motorcycle community. I saw an awesome fit here. I wanted to get this organization out there in our program. We're proud to be a part of this organization and getting the word out, helping our veterans. It's a big part of the American Spirit TV series. So I wanted to address that, yeah. Bikers, dogs, love of dogs. By the way, a lot of the bike rallies, I'm noticing this past year of filming on the road, they actually have shelters come there and people at bike rallies are adopting dogs. Is that totally cool or what? That's the correlation I see here. Who doesn't love dogs, man? Bikers got big hearts. The motorcycle community is the most giving community. Number 2 philanthropic organization in the country. We get involved. We don't talk. We got boots on the ground. We're taking action. We're backing up people like Freedom Service Dogs. We're getting involved helping building veterans' homes. We're doing what needs to be done to help our brothers and sisters out there.
We have so many veterans that are coming home and they have consistent night terrors at night. They just can't, they keep playing it over and over in their head, and especially when they're sleeping, they don't easily come out of it. They don't know really where they are, and it ends up affecting the whole family. And we actually have taught our dogs certain commands. We call it a calming command, where they can actually turn on the light, jump up in bed, kind of nuzzle against that person and calm their breathing and kind of take them out of it without even waking them up. And we know that it helps in so many situations get that family back to living a normal life.
I have a lot of nightmares and dreams. And my wife, she tries to wake me up, but she's scared to do it sometimes because if I jump up and start to, if I'm in Iraq, I may attack. And this is the area that the service dog can be right there beside me, and that can be the new service dog's job. And I really think, too, it'll calm me down and relax me, knowing I have protection there. That dog's gonna have my 6.
The PTSD, I was extremely isolated. Decker has worked so hard with me and listens to my commands. He is just such a willing source of anything I need. I was on the waiting list for 2.5 years waiting for Decker. It was a long waiting time, but it was well worth it. I feel so much more outgoing. I feel it's something that's almost indescribable because it's just it's an inside feeling how much he's opened up, you know, my life now.
We had a veteran who cleared buildings in Iraq, and so he would go in with his troops and look for, you know, bombs, look for insurgents that might, you know, be shooting at people. And it was, you know, a very nerve-wracking position. When he came back, he ended up scheduling his life between daylight and sunset because if he got back after dark, he couldn't go in his house. But things would always happen, and he'd get caught in traffic, or his VA medical appointment would go later, and he'd get home, and then he'd sit in his driveway for hours until he could find someone to go in and make sure the house was okay. We trained his dog to go with him wherever he goes, and when they come home, no matter what time of the day it is, he goes to the door with his veteran. The veteran opens the door and pushes it open. The dog goes in room by room, flips the lights on in the room, and then circles and goes to the next room. And this veteran knows, with the dog's incredible sense of smell and hearing, that if he says the house is okay to go into, he can go into. And so he said he feels like he's gotten his life back, his independence back, because he can go and do when he wants to.
I've never spoken in public in a large group, maybe once or twice in my whole life. I mean, I just went in front of, what, maybe 200 people and just gave my life story to them and didn't care. That's this dog. He has brought out the best in me just by being there, just by being a friend.
I can only say from the bottom of my heart how much I appreciate it, Decker appreciates it, and all the other veterans who need service dogs truly need your support in order to continue to live a normal life once they leave the service.
One thing that I like to say is, you know, they give me back my legs. She's called my legs for a reason, because she does so much for me. And until you've been in a situation where you've had to rely on somebody else, and most of the veterans learn very early in the training, you got to rely on each other. Well, I got my wife, I rely on my family, but one I know that will always be with me is my service dog. And that comes from the love, the care the Freedom Service Dog organization gives to the dogs, and then the dogs give back to the individual. And I just want to say thank you personally from me for the support that they give to us. And Summer also will say thank you too, if you could borrow a dog.
Without these dogs, people like me would not be a productive member in society again. I feel like it's the best thing that has ever happened to me, and it is the best thing to happen to anybody. Thank you.
Hey, how about all the cool stuff the trained dogs from Freedom Service Dogs can do for our wounded warriors? Man, is it totally cool. These dogs can actually, if a vet's out in a mall or out shopping and he drops his credit card, the dog will pick it up and give it right back to him. What about he drops his cell phone? Dog's right there. Can't get the clothes out of the dryer, the dog's right there to get the door open, even get the clothes out for him. Need to turn some lights on, let's say. Again, these dogs are specifically trained to meet the individual needs of the person that's going to be receiving the dog. And I think it is out of this world. I had no idea these dogs were capable of this kind of elaborate training and the things that they can provide, again, to be allowing the person, the recipient of these trained dogs, to live a normal, healthy, happy life. Hey, another cool thing I noticed here at Freedom Service Dogs, we got to go all through the kennel area, the training area, the offices and so forth. These folks actually have dogs in their offices. They're constantly with these dogs. I mean, the amount of love and care and training they get is phenomenal. And yes, they're actually in cages, but not all the time. They get to go out to walk and play several times a day. They get a lot of exercise. A lot of these dogs even go home with people at night. Some of the volunteers, they're taking them home. On the weekends, they're taking them home. So don't think they're just stuck in these cages, kids. These animals are getting out there and getting the kind of love and care and nurturing that they need. Again, remember, they were rescued from a shelter. They're getting training. They're going to be going to a home, and they're going to be helping a veteran or a non-veteran with any kind of needs that they have to live a healthy, productive life.
I have multiple sclerosis and have a hard time picking things up quite often. And Lola can help me pick things up off the floor. She's always there, just make you smile, make you feel good.
Throughout my career, I've worked with people with disabilities. I've worked with people with traumatic brain injuries. I've worked with vets. I've worked with folks with physical and mental disabilities. Technology has come a long way in our world and can do a lot for people. But what an animal can do for a person far exceeds anything that technology can do for people, especially people who are limited either physically, emotionally, or mentally. To be able to have a dog by their side that is their constant companion and helps them live more rich and fuller lives is a wonderful mission, and it's the great thing that Freedom Service Dogs does.
Freedom Service Dogs has done a great job of matching the right dog to Michael's needs. It was about a 1.5-year process that we went through, interviews with dogs, and they waited until the right dog came along, and when Fender became available, they matched him with Michael, and immediately those two hit it off together, and they've just bonded together ever since.
There are a lot of possibilities for where this program can go. I hope that within the next year we will launch a program working with veterans. There are programs on the East Coast and on the West Coast actually that have veterans actually training service dogs to be dogs for other veterans, which I think is incredibly therapeutic.
Hey, check this out. Another cool thing Freedom Service Dogs does. Let's say they rescued a dog, they trained a dog, they placed the dog. For whatever reason, the people didn't need the dog anymore or what have you. Who knows what circumstances come up. Freedom Service Dog, they're with the dog during its entire life. These dogs are going to be taken care of by Freedom Service Dogs. They're either going to get them in a home, If they don't pass their training course, they're going to get them adopted out to another home. If they go with someone during the life of the dog, it could be years down the road. If there's a problem, they'll take the dog back. They're going to get it reestablished, reassigned, and get him back out in another home. So Freedom Service Dogs is with the dog and the family that adopted the dog throughout a very long period, the life of the dog, if you will. It's not like they just train the dog and give it to you and that's it. They're going to be there for the long haul.
Because of you, 110 dogs were rescued this year.
We do not charge our clients for these dogs because most of them have had incredible medical bills and they need the help and do not have the finances available to make this happen. So that's why we rely 100% on donations from our supporters. We get no government funding, no help from the government at all. It's all done through donations.
Because of you, Freedom Service Dogs was able to provide nearly 11,000 hours of dog training last year.
Freedom Service Dogs, that's going to be just above and beyond what a service dog really is, and that he's going to help not only myself, but he's going to help many other people with our interactions with other people. And it's, you know, I'm just excited for the future right now.
Thank you for your support!
You know, like any other awesome organization that's really making a major impact in improving the quality of life for our veterans and so forth as they train these dogs and get them out to these homes and these vets, you may want to get involved. And I encourage you to get involved because they are strictly nonprofit. You have to either volunteer if you only have time and you want to volunteer and help. If you want to sponsor a dog, maybe you have the ability, the financial ability to do so, you can do that. They welcome your support. Again, they're not getting anything other than individual support, corporate sponsors and so forth. So if you're really into what's going on here at Freedom Service Dogs and you want to be a part and you want to make a difference in someone's life, especially a veteran's life, get involved. They need your help at all different levels. You may know a business looking for someone that wants to be a part of something like this and can help sponsor 1, 2, 3 or more dogs. Get to their website, freedomservicedogs.org, learn about them, spread the word. This is awesome. This is what we need to do to be a blessing to America, our veterans, our nation's heroes, and the people that need the gifts and the talents that these dogs have been trained with. Hey, how about Freedom Service Dogs? Man, I'll tell you what, they do an awful lot in helping our veterans. And not only the veterans, but there's a lot of people that need the help of these dogs. And we see a win-win here. We see dogs being rescued, we see them getting homes, we see them going to our veterans who need their help, and non-veterans as well that need the help and the assistance of these dogs. I'd like to encourage you to get involved. You want to be a part of it, you want to volunteer. Maybe you want to get your motorcycle group together and do a ride to help them. They need your help, they need your support. We thought this would be an awesome episode. American Spirit TV is about motorcycles, the awesome people who ride them, the great things, the big hearts, that we go out of our way to help people and make a difference in people's lives. Been a rider all my life, proud to say that American Spirit is focused again on awesome organizations like this, motorcycle rides, bikers, motorcycle clubs, and the people that do great things to get out there and do positive community impact. And we all know the bikers step up to the plate and really help people in many, many ways. It's not all about the ride all the time. Sometimes it's the ride and what's going to come from that ride to help these folks when they need your assistance in supporting awesome organizations like this. Get to our Facebook, get to AmericanSpiritTV.com, our website, learn about these organizations, all the cool locations we're at. For now, we're bugging out of Denver, Colorado. We're getting ready to hit the road. We got some real cool stuff coming. Check us out on Twitter if you're into that stuff. Check us out on all the different networks we're on across the country. Dish Network, Tough TV, Untamed Sports, Sky Angel, and Angel 2. We're also on Clear Vision TV in airports and terminals across the country. So man, we're out there spreading the message of the cool things that motorcycle enthusiasts, motorcycle riders, and bikers do to impact people's lives. Until next time, I'll see you next show. Get out there, ride, be safe, be cool, be blessed. We'll see you next show.
Thought I had this whole life figured out. With everything I thought I knew, seems I find myself still in doubt. Could it be more than what I knew? I wanna reach out and touch the sky, find out the reasons why. Know who holds the key to my eternity. 'Cause I want to be free. Can't stop myself from wondering